True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, let's do some quick hitters here. We were talking off camera about Arizona's women's basketball coaching search. Do you think they're nearing a conclusion here?
They've got to be. Everybody has hired their coach, haven't they? Who's left?
Yeah.
All the women's coaches, all the men's coaches have been hired. Arizona's the last one, which leads you to believe
Yes.
someone in the Final Four who can't talk now
Right.
is going to be that person they pursue the most.
Right. And that person would be?
How about all-time Arizona leading scorer Adia Barnes, a Washington assistant?
She'd make a lot of sense. I mean, she knows Tucson, she knows the U of A, played in the WNBA. She's a personality. I mean, she's a radio analyst for the Seattle Storm. Pac-12 recruiting roots, knows the way the game is played. Make a lot of sense.
And her husband, his last name is Coppa. He's an Italian guy. She met him while playing pro in Italy. Has been an assistant coach at Montana State. Maybe it's a little package thing.
Ooh.
That's a common sense guess that it's her.
Right, because it's interesting. I mean, some of the other names that we've mentioned throughout the past couple of weeks, you'd think that if they were the choice, they'd be her by now.
Oh.
Todd Holdhouse for one, Julie Brazzi, now Julie Haregrove for two. Even the head coach at Santa Clara was hired by Colorado the other day. You'd think that if she was the person, she'd be here.
And when she was hired at Colorado, the story coming out of there said she was offered the Arizona job, although I don't think she was.
I don't know. I would think that they would want to wait to interview Adia Barnes.
Right.
And so.
And maybe Oregon State assistant Mandy Close.
She'd make a lot of sense too.
Both of those girls, if they hire them, everybody's going to nod their head and go, oh yeah.
Well, and both of them fit the Greg Byrne recent hire model. Oh. They're young, they're hardworking, they're regional, they kind of know the area, not just going to go pluck somebody from Ohio,
Adia's 39, Mandy Close is 32. They're both their teams are in the Final Four. I mean, that's usually the template for hiring someone.
Absolutely. Greg, you were telling me too that today is an anniversary in UA baseball history, maybe the most underappreciated sports factoid of all time. Go.
Carl Thomas, who might be the best pitcher in school history. Pitched back-to-back no-hitters 60 years ago. Today was the second one against UCLA.
Wow.
And the other one was against ASU.
Wow.
He died 3 years ago when he was 80. But I looked up all the stuff on him. Back-to-back no-hitters, are you kidding?
That's crazy. Nobody was worried about pitch count back then?
Oh, no.
No, but batting average on balls in play, probably not also factored in.
He pitched 15 complete games that year.
Oh, my goodness.
And struck out 422 in his career, which is by far the U of A record. People have forgotten about him.
Right.
But, Johnny Vandermeer pitched back-to-back no-hitters in 1939. So Carl Thomas was 17 years after that.
Right. Great book about Johnny Vandermeer. You ever read that?
No, but I'd like to.
Called Double No Hit, written by?
I don't know.
Jim Johnson.
Oh, yes.
Former U of A journalism professor, friend of the program, Jim Johnson. Real quick, let's wrap this up, Greg. You've been watching a lot of college basketball the last couple of weeks. Has it changed your opinion of where Arizona stood? I mean, were they a 6 seed, do you think, after having watched all these teams?
Yeah, I think they were a 6 seed, maybe. I would even say a 5 seed. I just think Wichita State should have been a 5 or a 4 as well.
Right.
I think the seeds were really messed up.
Yeah.
Syracuse at 10.
Syracuse didn't belong in.
I know it. But now when you watch them, you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How did they goof up in the early part of the year to lose all those games?
Right.
But I do think the best 4 teams are in other than Syracuse.
Yeah.
The best 3 are in.
You're right. And you kind of knew Kansas would not do it.
But, they beat Oklahoma in 2 of the best games I've seen in years.
I know.
And Oklahoma's there. It's just, as we all know, whoever gets there, you've got to have just luck and skill.
Right. Ask Lute Olson, 1997. Got to get hot. Got to get hot. That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, where is Justin Simon transferring? Guess.
I'm saying UNLV.
It's a good one. I'll go New Mexico.
Yeah, they've got plenty playing time available.
Playing time. When you're the head coach and your son who plays for you transfers,
Never heard of it.
is that bad?
It's bad, isn't it?
I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.